Hey, good morning, everybody. Time to get started. Comment allez-vous? How are you? Please tell me how are you? Comment allez-vous? I think that's what it means, isn't it? Please tell me how are you? Hey, it's Wednesday, March 28th, 2018. Guy! There he is, Guy. Guy, I threw a shout out to you, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and there was just crickets. And I'm like, where's my Guy? Comment ça va? I like to say my French Chinese. Yeah. Cool. Hey, let me remind you that trading Forex is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, however, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. My name is Wayne. Nice to meet you. I'm with Traders Way. Whoa! Throw your diamonds in the sky. Throw your diamonds in the sky. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. We love you. We want to take care of you. You're our sweet baby. We're a foreign exchange broker. You're a foreign exchange trader. So I'm here to light the candles, dim the lights, pour you a glass of wine. Look, 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 look. Oh, that's enough. No, look, look. Oh. We want to fall in love. In fact, we're already in love. We want you to fall in love with us. So we're going to entice you not with candles, dim lights, and large glasses of wine. We're going to entice you with fast execution speed, low spreads, and world-class customer service. And then, of course, me, because I do love you. I do care for you. I want you to succeed. I've been coaching for, I don't know, decade and a half. This non-farm payrolls at FX Street coming up is my 12-year anniversary of just that one webinar. So I must have been, I guess I've been trading 15 years or something, but that's a long time ago. And so I'm here to share my experience with you, what I've learned, the blood, sweat, and tears for years. And I am self-taught, so you're not going to get stuff rehashed from some other guru's book. Your last guru, I probably taught him how to trade. But his mediocrity made him a guru. But anyways, we do want you to succeed. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. I hope you come here every single day. You work hard. I teach you how to make decisions for yourself, and then you go off and practice. I don't tell you what to do. I teach you how to fish. Sommelier, what pair? That's funny. So anyways, we do these sessions 7:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday here at Forex.Today. It's also rebroadcast on YouTube. So yeah, so get involved, ask questions. If you are watching a recording of this, give it a like and subscribe. If you subscribe, what happens as soon as we go live, you get alerted. But anyways, nice to meet you. Thank you for being a client to Traders Way. Oh, you know what? I haven't shared my screen. Man, come on, Wayne. All right, let me fire that up, share the screen. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Does that look all right? Abel got the book today. Right on, Abel. Yeah, whoop, whoop. Very cool. I hope you enjoy it. All right, so another interesting day in the world of foreign exchange. There was a big tech sell-off yesterday in the stock market, starting in the United States and then continuing on into Asia and then continuing on to Europe. That's not that important to me. Facebook needs to come, it's overvalued, needs to come down, needs to be punished. World's waking up, I don't know, but whatever. I'm not involved in that stuff, nor do I care. But you know what I do care about? The 10-year T-note dropped from 2.85 to 2.75. And like that, I care about. I'm like, holy schnickerschnacker. But do you remember on Monday we talked about 300 billion coming on market? Stone, can you drop the jazz, please? I'm not playing jazz. Stone. Does anybody hear jazz? No. Sorry, Stone. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we talked about 300 billion on Monday. 300 billion in treasuries coming to the market this week, right? And what happened? Or what should happen? What did we say would likely happen? Supply goes up, right? And all that kind of stuff. But this is interesting because the way you get the yield down is for the price to go up, but supply is up this week. So it's like, it's quite important that that happened. Demand for these bonds went up, and that's a pretty significant, well, it's a very significant move. So we'll have to keep an eye on that to see if there is a true large risk-off scenario. Okay. Right. My first thought here, looking at the chart, is USD CAD is right where we said it would be, so that's cool. Peso is moving down. It's moving early, but our assumption is down, not up, for the USD peso. Gold is down, so maybe US dollar moving. Not sure. We'll have to take a look at that. And WTI. Well, the WTI, you know, let's start with there because it's a nice commodity to start with. It's not that far off from our predictions, right? It looks like it's rolling over here. So if you were a bear, you could set this up, right? You have permission now, don't you? If you're a bear. If you, right? Let me get a, wait, come on. Click, 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 finally. All right. You could be a bear here, couldn't you? What would be next if you were a bear? Okay. Nice. Now, if you were a bull on Monday, you have to go all the way back to Monday. And you were a bull and you said, oh, well, I know my price. What is your best price, the one that you're really hoping for, if you were a bull on Monday? Now, bear in mind, bulls. Keep in mind that as a bull, you want the lowest price. 63.51. Goodness, you're off a tenth of a pip. Yeah. So a bull was actually hoping for this. So it comes down to which one you are. Okay? It's just a decision, that's all. Can you see how it's so much easier if you've made the decision already? I mean, that's the whole point, right? Like, if you're a bull, you're like, well, we're kind of approaching the sells to a buy zone. Yeah, I can think about it in here. Like, yeah, maybe 64.30. That I might buy it there, but I would really like 63.50, right? So you're like, 64 and a half, but I'd rather buy it at 63 and a half. You know, but why not 64.40? Are you using technical analysis, Sean? You must be using a daily or something, right? Well, I would say 64.30, but there's no way, Shaw, I'd buy it at 64.40. No way, ever. Never. There's no way, Shaw. I mean, no, yeah, Shaw, not wrong problem. So how about 64 and a half, 63 and a half? 64.30, maybe, but 64.40, forget it. Yeah. No, sure, fine. Okay. Yeah, you'll find that newer traders are quite mechanical that way. You don't want to be so mechanical. Here's what you're really thinking, Sean. Okay. Right? So let's say you don't use pivots. Okay. You're just looking for a retracement, right? A decent melody, a song that I can sing in my own company. Okay. So that's bullish, right? So there's that price. But a bear would say, whoa, 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 whoa. I think I'm going to have to change the color of these rectangles because it's too similar to the pivots. Better. Because you're such a fool to worry like you do. You gotta stand up straight. Gotta carry your own weight. Your troubles are going nowhere, baby. All right. You see what I mean? So you're a bull and you buy down here, or you're a bear and you sell it there. You got it? You got to get your crap together. You got stuck in the moment. Right? You're a bull down here or you're a bear up there. And what's in the middle? Pigs. What happens to pigs? Pigs get slaughtered. Yeah. You start sharing your Wayneisms with people. Does it come up like in polite conversation? You're walking on the beach, and your significant other is kind of just, you can just feel it. This is so good. And then you turn to your significant other and you're like, this reminds me of something Wayne said. What do you think? Come on, kids, you hungry? Let's go get some burgers. What do you stink? Smell like a plan? Yeah. Cool. So anyways, pick a team, bro. All right, this is clear, right? I guess we got to clean this up. Oh, so we kind of did all of this yesterday. Let me back it out. So it held, remember? We said we're in a buy zone, but we've already kicked off the top, so I'm not certain of the continuation, right? You shot at hammock. That's funny. All right. Remember, we said, well, I'm not so sure of the continuation because the whole week started with the top already. I mean, the plan has come to fruition. The plan's dead. It's over, right? But we also knew that this would have been a terrible place to sell. That's all we knew yesterday, 24 hours ago. And now you can see why I feel this way. It didn't go up and it didn't go down. Well, that's useful information, right? To have known that in here yesterday, 24 hours ago, like, well, we know there's bulls are going to probably be here, but we don't know how many because the bulls already took profit and they're done for the week and their bears want to get involved and all that kind of nonsense, right? And that's sort of a market neutral call. So anyways, not a lot of freak out here though, right? Even though the markets around the world sold off, nothing has happened on a lot of these currencies, right? Nothing significant anyways. Okay. Does this look unexpected? I mean, it looks as expected as you could possibly be, right? So it doesn't look like the world is freaking out like they say behind me. Somebody asked me about the news. One of them is CNBC. The other one is Bloomberg. The interesting thing is there's no sound. I don't have sound. There's no sound on that PC. So I don't listen to what they say. I don't care what they say. It just keeps human faces in my office. You know, it's my Wilson. No, absolutely none. Do they influence the market? I thought you meant me. No. Well, yes. Yes, they do. It's the blind leading the blind. My favorite example of this, I watched a Ben Bernanke congressional testimony, I think it was. And people in Congress are stupid. I don't know if you know that. They're just by and large stupid. But when you actually see them on TV, you can't believe how stupid they are. It's true. You're like, oh my God, these people are stupid, like really stupid. So anyways, so I remember watching, right? And so Ben Bernanke leans forward and he says, look, if you interpreted what I said as being blah, 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 whatever it was, then you are mistaken. Okay? So I remember that because he had to just be blunt now. He couldn't be, you know, diplomatic. He had to be blunt. He's like, if you think I'm going to raise interest rates, then you're mistaken, right? I mean, something like that, right? So the next morning, I'm reading the Wall Street Journal, and it said, Ben Bernanke says he's going to raise interest rates, or whatever it was. But what he said is, if you think I'm going to raise interest rates, then you're mistaken. So the Wall Street Journal said, quoted Ben Bernanke is, you know, that he will raise interest rates. And the market the next morning moved, not on the congressional testimony, on the Wall Street Journal article. And it was shocking to me because it told me that some guy woke up that morning in his mansion. He oversees, $20 billion in a fund. He walks to work and he reads the or is driven to work, and in the back of his Rolls Royce, he reads the Wall Street Journal, and he's like, "Oh my God, Ben Bernanke is going to raise interest rates." He gets in the office and makes a decision. It tells me two things. He made the decision while going to work, and second, they don't watch the congressional testimony. I mean, like, wow. They don't even do the basic work. My God. So anyways, I said, forget that. Mr. T, 7:30 in the morning. It's been the same way for forever. 7:30, New York time. Yeah. What time did you think? Pretty sure forever it's been 7:30. Mr. T, look. Anyways, Mr. T. Yeah. Yeah, sweet, Mr. T. Wait, you've been logging in for years at the wrong time? Mr. T. It's all right. It's all right. It's the epiphanies that I enjoy. Oh, yeah. It's hard when you move from Australia to Thailand. They don't have, yeah, it's real tough. I knew, or when I ran FX boot camp every day, we had a firefighter. I think he was in 9/11. I'm pretty sure he was one of the 9/11 firefighters in New York City. He lost a lot of friends and had a tough time with it. I think he ended up having marital problems. I think maybe they ended up getting a divorce. So he moved to Thailand. He retired from the fire department, got a little, retirement package, and was free and clear of, baggage, and moved to Thailand where they had, cheap housing, like cheap cost of living, right? Food was cheap, housing was cheap. Didn't need much. He just wanted beautiful, and had fantastic world-class healthcare. So he just like took his, I don't know, 250,000, moved to Thailand, and he's like, I'm going to trade currencies from here, and he did. Is that right, Brady? Guy's like, that's my plan. Yeah. What about Indonesia or Malaysia? Which one? Which one is Muslim where you can't drink alcohol and that kind of stuff? Really? Oh, well, forget it then. Is it both? Too bad. Yeah, well, maybe in Kuala Lumpur, but maybe nowhere else. I don't know. I was reading about the Maldives, and I'm like, it sounds beautiful. There's no alcohol. Forget it. Forget it. Yeah, I'd rather die than drink in a Marriott bar. I'm not going to America. No, that would be so horrible. Anyway, so we're back on the gold here. It comes down to, again, the media is making a big deal of some of these things, right? Well, let me cut this down. Oh, let's get that over. Move this around. Okay. It topped out. A lot of things are moving sideways. They stink. Topped out. Not really anything important going on here. Didn't hit any targets. It's not using monthly pivots. It's not even really using weekly pivots. If you wanted to buy it, you could play it this way. Okay. That's your 618. There's a little pivot in there somewhere, maybe. I'm ho-hum about it. Is that right, Ed? Yeah. So I'm just, out of these pairs, there's not a lot going on, and it's amazing because the media was freaking out this morning. The only time I listened to the radio, I listened to Bloomberg actually in the shower. So I get butt naked and I'm in the shower and I'm listening to Bloomberg. That's what I do when I'm naked, right? And they do, like, it's a big deal. Markets are selling off around the world. Volatility's up. VIX at 22, a 4-year high. And I get here, I'm like, nothing's happened overnight that wasn't expected. And all right, like, look at this. Like, this is moved sideways for the entire week. And even since Thursday, it hasn't done anything, right? So you're like, wow, really? Yeah, volatility is way up. Nothing's happened for 4 trading days. So, well, we'll have to go to the true risk on, risk off currencies, and that will have a yen on it. Well, but Guy, like I did mention, the big thing is the move on the 10-year. That was very significant, I believe. Okay. Okay, what do you think? Did this pivot have anything to do with the up? Maybe. Let's do another one. Does this pivot area have anything to do with the up? Maybe. Any other obvious ones? There's a few here. Okay. All right. So, and then let me ask you another basic question. Okay, it needs to be basic, right? I mean, we'll get to there. But let's go to a basic question. I want to make sure this is being absorbed. The last 3 months of last year, I know it's like almost April, right? Well, but let's say the last quarter, the last 3 months of last year, were we expecting yen pairs to go up or down? Raymond up, Manny up, Diane. Oh my God. Wait. The last 3 months of last year, do we expect the yen pairs to go up or down? Like some of you guys are saying down. I'm flabbergasted. You're kidding me. You thought down? Oh my God. Yeah, no. It's so shocking to me. It was a rhetorical question. The last 3 months of last year, October, November, December, we prepared 6 months in advance for them to go up. Oh my God. Like a lot of you said down, which I'm just shocked beyond belief. Wow. My God. All right, so we'll have to deal with that. So I'm going to stop asking questions then, right? Okay. Then, months and months in advance of that, we said, then in the first week of January, we're going to sell all the Japanese yen pairs. What time frame did we expect to buy all the yen pairs back? April, right around April. I mean, I'm very clear about this stuff, and so I'm really shocked that a lot of people got it wrong. And I'm hoping they just misunderstood the question. All right. Is it pretty close to April yet, in your opinion? It's the second last day of March. We're in the last week of March. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure about 1 week ago I said we need to start being open-minded. I don't know if it's going to be, last week or the third week of April. I mean, I don't know when it's going to happen, but we're approaching the window of needing to be ready to reverse course, to start buying all the yen pairs we've been selling. Right? Didn't we just cover this last week? That I don't know when, but definitely within that 6-week window, we should be like vastly long these pairs, right? So is it happening yet or not? How long did it take you to notice that all the yen pairs did fall in January? You know, Mr. T says, I've gone over a couple of times, and then you went and checked back over the 3 years. That's funny. Okay, so it's just a wake-up call. I don't know if these are going up, but they might be. Okay? And what is the basis of my theory besides a wild, random guess? The end of Japanese repatriation. Thank you. Manny's already long. Kiwi yen. Cool. Right on. Namaste. Yeah, fiscal year end in Japan. Katie's right, and that creates repatriation. Yeah, cool. So I might be delusional, but at least we have something to believe in, right? So last week when we hit a lot of targets, once again, we did talk about it. So I don't know if this is going up forever, but it might be, right? It might be. We'll look at Kiwi Yen. Why do I have this orange line drawn this way? Okay, because that's the target. Do you remember on Friday we set this up? Remember? It was actually Friday, not Monday. Manny says he's long Kiwi Yen. Anyone else remember this? Anyone actually take it? Yeah, cool. Couple of people. You can see the M2 to M4 right there. So the question, though, the next question I would say is, are we on our way to 80? Yeah. Yeah, Gisa's got in too early. Yeah. Oops. Which is fine, but you got to get back in at some point, right? Is that a pivot or not? I don't think it's a pivot. Anyways, what I'm trying to draw is you may have been expecting, something like that for the head and shoulders kind of play. But I think a technician could start, I'm going to draw it this way. I think a technician can start drawing it out like this. And that's an acknowledgement of bullishness. We'll get rid of that. That's setting the bearish setup. You remember talking about this on Monday? I said the buy was 80.53. Not here, not here, not here, not here, or not here. Right? I hope that rings a bell. You can see all this, right? Not here, not here, not here. Here is the Monday morning buy. Okay. So if you jammed your stop and took a walk, maybe you're still in it. This is the worst one. But it might do this now, right? You know what's trippy about this? This is the price you want to be long in the whole month of April. So we talked about if you're long around April, let's say April 1st, A1. What is the target? And I'll give you a hint. It's not price related. What is the best case scenario? Not your base case, not your worst case. What's the best case scenario? June what? Something like that. Katie says, why? Because I expect it all come crashing down. It's a house of cards and I know it. Doesn't mean I can't make money off of it. Shaw says, well, why not August? Because it'll come down before then. Like, what more do you want me to say? I think it will go up till June 15th. If we can catch the way, catch a good move, I'm going to stay with it till somewhere between the first and second week of June. Then I'm going to take profit, and the whole thing's going to come crashing down. And then you'll say, oh my God, Wayne's a genius. And I say, and I'm good looking, and I'm modest. And nice hair. I don't know. My wife looked at an old picture of me like 5 years ago, and I had brown hair, and she's like, why don't you want to have brown hair anymore? I'm like, oh my God. I'm completely gray now. I'm such a sweetie pie. I'm a grumpy old man now. Who's that? Oh! Stay away from that dude. Stay away from that dude, man. He used to be a currency trader. Now he's just a grumpy old man. So I'm looking at that, guys, and I'm thinking, even though you might be on a daily pivot, weekly pivot, monthly pivot, you're looking at this and you're thinking one thing. I'm thinking all of April already. And if I get all of April, why can't I have all of May? Right? So anyways, but that's the worst one of them all, right? How about CAD? Your troubles are going nowhere, baby. All right. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, 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 ba boom, ba boom. So we're still stuck in fib wars, bro. Because here's the buy zone. This was the buy zone, and then this is the sell zone. Right? So if we can get above that, might be a winner chicken dinner. So we want to be above this line, because that's the Alamo for bears, and we want to be okay. Let's see. So let's kill all this other stuff now. What the hell happened? All right. Oh, I hit home and not delete. All right. So we're between the lines now. Oh, I saw a great YouTube video. A bunch of tourists are in Africa up on the big Jeeps, where you sit on the back and you're on a bench and they're driving the truck. And they're like, hey kids, look, a lion. Right? And the lion comes out of the grass and he's like, yeah, it's a good story. I'm like, oh, look at the lion. They're like, I don't know, 10-year-old kids, right? And then out of the other grass, like a baboon or some sort of land-based monkey. He comes up, and the lion's like a cat. He just wants to play, right? He's like, oh, look, a baboon. And the baboon, he doesn't want to play. He's like, so the tiger kind of backs off, and the kids are like, oh, baboon. And the other kids are like, oh, lion. And so the lion is taunting the baboon. And he's like, yeah. And the baboon is stubborn. He's just sitting there, and he's staring down the lion. And the lion's like, ha, 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 right? What's happening behind the scenes? All of a sudden, three other lions come around the corner, and the baboon's not looking that way. He's staring down the lion in front of him. And he's like, I ain't moving. And all of a sudden, the little girl's like, run, baboon, run! I'm like, stop, you're not supposed to, be quiet. And all of a sudden, oh my God. They literally pulled that baboon apart in pieces right in front of them. They're like, ah! You cover your eyes, Timmy. I'm like, you know what? Africa's not a zoo. Africa is not a zoo. Yeah. Can you imagine those kids are going to be crying for years over that? Oh my God, we saw the baboon. He was eaten by lions. Yeah. Should have had a better trade plan is all I'm saying. Right? Staring down a losing trade. Take your loss and move on before it costs you a lot. So anyways, are we on the free and clear yet? Well, this is a significant level for me. This pivot up here kind of represents the 786 for the bears. The bears wouldn't wish for a 786. So I'm wondering if we can get some up to here and then down and up again. But it's another scenario where if I'm long and strong, I probably want to stay in. Oh, come on. For a longer term, because I'm looking at next month's pivots this month. Yeah, the Lions had a great trade plan. Because as soon as you saw it, you're like, oh my God, they planned that. Like, hey, baboon, why don't you come out of the grass and come play? Bet you're afraid. Bet you're afraid, cat. You don't like lions. You're scared. Oh, the big baboon's scared of the lion, right? Oh, this is a good plan. They suckered that guy out of the grass. You never saw it coming. Oh, it was too late. Very good trade plan. All right, so here we go. Why do I have an orange line here? Because we've identified a bottom. Cool. So could you buy a bottom like this? Oops, on Monday morning? Mama, why is Simba eating the monkey? Oh, that's not Simba, that's Scar. Oh, I thought Scar liked the monkey. Well, that and this whole area here. Mama, why do the monkeys speak Mexican? You ever wonder that? You're like, is that Cheech? They're Mexican baboons, honey. They're just lost in Africa. So anyways, so we got a bottom. Then it breaks out. How do you trade a breakout? Well, the way I teach you is I say, look left. look at, hey, wait, I got to get to the exact wick. Okay, the exact wick is there. Somewhere around there you want to buy again. What do we call that type of tactics? Well, that's a pattern, but that's a tactical entry, right? What kind of tactic? Role reversal, but again, that's a type. That's a okay. That's price action. So, right. So your first shot's sort of like the 5-8 cross on Monday. And your next shot is this role reversal 1, 2, 3. Okay. So I'll mark with red circles. You should be a buyer here, or you should be a buyer in here somewhere. Cool, right? You can also use a Fibonacci study on that. You got to get yourself together. You got stuck in the moment. And you can't get out of it. You say that. Oh, Kiwi Yen just hit the target. So I only have, what, 40 pips on this? 45 pips? It's a start. I guess we got to look at some exotics before we call it end of the day. So peso, I've been avoiding because remember it's gaining strength, but it seemed too early to me. But maybe I'm wrong. What can I say? So even dollar's been fairly strong recently, like in the last few days, it's been on and off. But peso's been moving this. What's the top of this chart? Okay. This is last month's sell. Isn't that amazing? This is what we set up days in advance. That's the sell. So it seems to me that's what's happening is simply a continuation of that, right? But now it's a bit difficult to grab because this was clearly a sell on Monday. Absolutely, totally, without a doubt, unequivocally a sell. But I don't trade this technically, I trade it fundamentally. Sort of. I set it up fundamentally, then I look technically. So fundamentally, the move was too early. So I'm kind of bummed about it, but what can I do? But any swing trader worth a grain of salt that happened to be a bear would have sold that even Friday. Does anybody have the link to the video on YouTube I posted like 3 years ago on the fundamentals of this? Oh, yeah, it's how to trade the Mexican peso and why it works. I'll let you. How to trade the peso. Oh, peso. Let's do this one. It's this one.
Cool. So anyways, has happened. What I noticed has happened. What I noticed. How about this? What I noticed. What got me thinking about this is I did study the Mexican for a while. So this was something I taught for several years for free, of course. But I had noticed the peso tended to get strong at certain times. I thought, well, that's interesting. So I looked at back data, and not always, but quite often, at the same time, over and over and over again, the peso tended to get strong for a while, and I wondered what it was. And it was always sort of like the last couple of days of the month or the first couple of days of the month.
Peso. Therefore, you figure it out. So it's my alpha. It's my alpha. I made it up. It could potentially be complete ridiculous nonsense, but at least I'm smart enough to know that. But it gives me a bias. It gives me a trade plan. And right? So I say it every day, and I'm going to say it again today. The reason it probably works is because I have a set bias. I know what I want to do before I do it, and I know all the million things I don't want to do and will not do. So I know when I want to sell it, and I know I want to sell it, and then I use technical analysis to figure out what price I want to sell it, and then I sell it. Or I don't sell it. But why can't all your trades be that way? Right? And that's what the new fund is about, so that you're like, I'm the portfolio manager for USD Mexican peso short, right? So, and you just do it, and you just do it, and you do it, and do it. You imagine 3 years from now, I would have taught you incredible patience and discipline. You know what I mean? I'm going to change your behavior if you get involved in that project. And you will become a success. Yeah. Well, you'd just be a dead body outside my office window. It's all right. Bring up to dead! Oh, I got to do that one now.
Bring out today! Bring out today! Bring out today!
Those are failed Forex traders.
Bring out today! Conference. Bring out today! Bring out today! Bring out!
Yeah. There you go. Those are failed Forex traders, and people really close to totally busting out. The ones crawling around the mud with their head down. I'm like, dude, you clearly don't have a trade plan. What the hell's wrong with you? Oh, I have $200. When can I be a millionaire? You're like, oh my God. So I was on YouTube yesterday doing a chat. And the guy's like, yeah, I only have $100. What should I do with it? And I'm like, you should get a second job and save your money. He's like, oh, but I have to make, whatever. I'm like, dude, just save your money. Get a second job, save your money, work your butt off for 3-4 years until you have some money. And meanwhile, learn how to trade properly. You know? And I said, do you have a track record? And he says, yeah, I have 1 year track record. I'm like, great. That's a great start. Keep that up. Stay focused. Trade with discipline. Don't worry about the money. Build the track record. The track record is worth money. It's like a bank instrument. You know, you're like, look at this. I'm worth this cash flow. Right? Cool. So anyways, that's that. Yeah, and the market doesn't seem to be freaking out. So we have to discern, do we buy the end pairs, or in this case, continue to buy the end pairs? Is it going up? Is this it? Is this the bottom? What if it's not the bottom? What if it comes crashing down and knocks you out again? Do you keep buying? What kind of bottom do you want to see? A double bottom and all that kind of stuff. What if it makes a lower low again? Is the strategy thrown out the window? Right? I mean, think of it. If you get caught, you could keep buying at support over and over and over again, and the thing falls 1,000 pips. Are you okay with that? And you're like, well, Wayne, I can't let it fall 1,000 pips. It's so obvious, right? Remember, most of your huge profits are the obvious ones you didn't take. Oh, if I only would have been trading, I would have caught that and I would have made a whole bunch of money. Right? No. Don't worry about it. If you're a bull, and you simply wait for price to fall to support, and you look for long technical entries like double bottoms and such, but the market keeps falling, you'll say to yourself, oh, if I had only sold that whole time, I would have made 1,000 pips. Well, the problem is people that don't make these decisions end up not making that money anyways. You understand? The trades you see after the fact are the easy ones. So you want to remove all of that decision-making process, and you want to say, well, I have a bias. It allows me to identify price and pattern for entering, right? Like this doesn't look like a good buy, but it looks like a good sell, right? So at least you can identify in advance that you're a bear, that you're looking for selling prices and all that kind of stuff. And when the market happens to agree with your bias, you make money. And when the market happens to not agree with your bias, you probably don't make money. You may not get many entries. You probably won't lose a lot of money. You might even make a little bit. You just generally won't do well, but it won't be catastrophic. But when you get it right, you'll do quite well, and you'll be quite profitable. And the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. Like whatever you were doing last year, we know doesn't work. That's the proof that you need. So at some point, though, you'll have to actually listen to what I'm telling you and actually change your behavior. And that's not an easy thing to do. You have to change your mindset. You got to change your processes. You got to change your your behavior in incremental ways, but then make them habitual changes. Literally, I have to teach you how to think differently. And to think differently, I have to change the wiring inside your brain. And it's actually physically possible to do that. The human brain is amazing, where the synapses in the neurons will actually change. Your brain can actually change shape. An example of that is someone that's had a stroke, where basically half the brain will die, but so their face will droop, and they won't know how to talk, and their leg won't work, and their hand won't work. But over time, it'll start to work better. And what's happening is, if this part of your brain used to control all of that, suddenly different parts of your brain will control those things. What's happening is the synapses are actually rewiring themselves. Your brain will actually physically change. It's like having your thumb cut off and growing another finger. You're right, plasticity. Can't say it anymore. But it's true. You can actually do a CAT scan and say, this brain is different from the last time we did a CAT scan, if you change your mind. You can rewire your brain. That's how you actually change your mind. You actually change your brain physically, not just thought process wise. So that's what I aim to do. But realize it takes time, and that you're the one that needs to change your mind by changing your mind, right? Changing your mind by changing the way that you think is the first process. And then you have to physically change your behavior. And then your brain will say, oh, based on this new behavior, I'm going to need to rewire some things to favor this new behavior. It's a really neat process. If you let me do it and you go through it, you can physically change who you are. Or at least physically change the way your brain has been wired. Right? And for $5,000, I'll teach you how to be taller. Whoa, I can't do that. Yeah, but I can help you have positive habits that help you lead toward a successful career in currency trading. That I might be able to help in. So anyways, I gotta roll. Peace on earth, may the pips be with you, may our profits be above average. This is going on YouTube in the next 10 minutes. I will post it on Forex.Today as well, so that you can watch it there as well. So like in 10 minutes, if you stay on Forex.Today, then the replay will go up. That means you'll have time to maybe post a trade plan. Maybe you can post a trade plan over the next 10 minutes, and when that's done, this replay will be there. And if you click through the replay into YouTube, you can chat with your fellow currency traders there as well. So everyone here could suddenly be there. So everyone here can go post a trade plan right now and then regroup on YouTube. Got it? Make sure you thumb it up. Make sure you subscribe, so when I do live streams, you're alerted. Okay? So anyways, peace on earth, may the pips be with you, may your profits be above average, and thank you for being a client of TradersWay.com. We appreciate you.